Hi guys, welcome to Operation Crypto and a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Constellation, which is ticker DAG. I did some price analysis probably when we did hit this spike last time, around the beginning of July. That spike did actually happen. If you ever look at a chart and you think, whoa, that can't have happened, it actually did. I remember tweeting about it and was some crazy FOMO going on around then, but we did come back down and we retested as 50. So throughout this video we're going to do mainly price analysis and have a look at key areas where we could invest, and then some price targets on the way up, because we are pretty much in close to all-time highs. So we'll have a look at some areas where we could take profit using those extensions of the Fibonacci. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. Right, so as we have not covered Constellation for around 4 to 5 weeks now, I just thought I'd take a quick look at some of the key stats. So it is Constellation, ticker DAG. If you're looking at the circulating supply, 2.4 billion with a total supply of 3.55 billion there. The market cap is $672 million. 24-hour trading volume is just above $5 million. Main markets where we are trading is Qcoin. We're getting pretty much most of the volume there, 79% of the market volume against USDT, and then we have around 10% against BTC. The rest of it, there's not much trading on the other exchanges. We have a little bit on HIT BTC. So we are getting $5 million worth of volume, which would indicate that we have enough for some price action. And this is DAG against Tether on the Qcoin chart. Like I say, we did a massive pump up there, so that, let me just go back actually, just make sure that is classed as all-time highs on here. All-time high. It's actually got a 29 cent. That did actually happen, that spike. So shall we ignore that for now? Let's ignore it, and we'll have this as the all-time high at around 30 cent. But that did actually happen. I remember seeing the price go crazy. Whether that was pure manipulation or whatever it was, it did happen. But we'll just keep this for the all-time highs for now. So looking at what's going on, I've got the blue line here, which is a moving average 50, and I might just put the 20 on as well, because we did get that bullish cross down here pretty much, what date was that? 28th of June, and then ever since it's been up, we've been back down and retest at 50, and we are pushing on. If you look at this in time of here, we've moved up in two ways. So that was the first wave, we had a rejection, and now this is the next wave here. So what I want to do is have a look at a couple of key levels where we could potentially invest soon. If you're looking at this area here, that was a start of a move. That is the end of the move there. Let's move that slightly down a little bit. So that is the all-time highs. We'll go with that. And we are look like we are rounding off here a little bit. It looks like we're rounding top and potentially coming down to fill some orders. If you're looking to fill some orders on DAG, or if you're looking to accumulate, then I would place some orders laddered down from 25 cent all the way down to 23 cent. The golden ratio is usually the key indicator, but remember, depending where this price goes, we could come back down and test this 50 or within this region. You look, we've had a drop here, so there's always that possibility that we've rounded off here now. And we could come back down and test this 50 down here. So just don't be scared if the price does come down and retest this area, because that 50 is there to be tested, and it could come down, test that, and then push on. So that's some potential areas where you could look at investing, and I would say ladder them down all the way from around 25 cent. I'd even do it all the way down to 20 cent. So orders within this range, let's just box that off. If I can find my, there it is. So ladder some orders within that range, and I think long term, if you're wanting to accumulate, that could be a decent area to potentially look at targeting. If though we do not fill orders there and we keep on pushing, the first major level of resistance is that 30 cent barrier. It did say that we just dropped short at around 29 cent, well 29.9 cent. And I always say that if you're ever looking to sell or take profit and you think, right, I've bought at $10, I want to sell at $20, never put your order in at 20 bucks. Put them in at around $19.90. But your orders always get front run. For me though, this is looking good. I mean, if we just take a quick look at Bitcoin, that's around 44k. That to me seems like it's run out of steam and it's starting to drop. And I think we're going to come back down and test this 50 around 41k. If that happens, the DAG, the altcoins, all of them will roll over and come back down and test these levels, because we do know that Bitcoin is still ruling the market. And whatever happens with Bitcoin, currently in this climate, pretty much all altcoins follow it. we are still early to crypto, so that is the dominant force. It does hold around 45% of the entire market, so you would expect whichever way that swings, everything else does follow it. So buy zones within that range. Then if you're looking for take profits, I would consider 30, well, just shy of 30 cent. If we do blast through that, then you can really start looking at the extensions of the fib at 32 and 36 cent. But also look at these round numbers. So 35 cent and 40 cent will be key areas of psychological resistance where people think, right, I'm going to sell the price there. But all in all, things are looking good. We've had such a significant rise. I mean, if you look at the bottom of the move here, when we did that pretty much drop in May, all the way up to this point here, we've done close to 1,000% rise, which is absolutely monumental. And if you're a DAG holder back from these days, and you're still in profit, and well, should I say, you've still not sold, you'll be in some massive profit. Just a couple indicators to also look at. This is a money flow indicator down here. This is actually Vu Manchu cipher B with divergences, but I pretty much turn all the noise off. If you're looking, what I'm looking for here is these red and green waves, really. So red means when there is negative money flow, and that is more sellers and buyers. And then when it's green, that is positive money moving into a market. So people are buying it up, and we've been in a great period. Look at that from the 21st of June. Positive money flow turned to a green, and it's been going up ever since. And depending how Bitcoin does, we may get a bit of a slight sell-off for a while, money flow going to red, but ultimately I think over the next few months, potentially if we get September out of the way, I think then the price will really start to push on. I just want to also just get rid of a few of these indicators now. Just testing out a new indicator what somebody showed me. It's called Valkyrie Core. So this is the Valkyrie Core indicator. I've not fully looked into it yet, but there's quite a bit going on which I really need to wrap my head around before we go into any in-depth analysis. But the main thing I've got from this so far is if you look at the dots below when the RSI is well oversold, gives you a good indication when to potentially buy. If you're looking at a past, these are telling you when to sell, which would have been working well. These dots here to buy. As you can see, we've had quite a bit of red dottage up here. If you look here, actually, that would have been an absolute perfect time to sell. We had a nice red dot there at the top right candle, bang, drop right down, and then looking at the greed indicators here, which signals buy. So far, we have come up to here, and we've got quite a few red dots, so to me, that could work in nicely with those Fibonacci levels, and looking at potentially selling here, or if you're not looking at using these and buy and sell points, you can actually use these as take profit regions too. So I will get stuck into this indicator over the next few weeks and give it a good testing and see what we can find out, because if it's good, it can benefit everybody who's watching this channel as well. So potentially looking at these red dots here on the daily time frame, we could be in for a little bit of a sell-off if we just get rid of that now. There we go. So that will work in nicely with those levels that I put on the Fibonacci at potential buy zones around here. As you can see, I did mention all those levels towards the beginning of the video. So let's see how that plays out, and fingers crossed we can get some nice orders filled down here. One other chart I want to take a look at is the DAG BTC chart. I'm not too sure if we have it. Yes, we do. It's here. So we'll just take a look at that. I know a lot of people do like to stack sats, and why not? I mean, if you're growing Bitcoin leading the market, then it's a great idea to stack sats. One thing I just want to mainly look at is a buying zone. So if we're looking at this move here from the bottom, we double bottomed there in terms of wicks, and then we are starting to retrace currently. If you're looking for buys, I would still target around this golden ratio level, and that's around 52,944 Satoshi, so that could be a decent area for you to buy. And again, monitor at 50, that comes all the way down to around 48,000 Satoshi, so that could be a decent area to buy. Same as the dollar pair, money flow has been in the green since pretty much June, so that's starting to look good. Only thing I'm a little bit wary about is BTC potentially regaining some market dominance and pushing up to around, I don't know, 52% maybe. We're currently at 43%. If that did push up to around 52% at some stage, that ultimately will take it out on the BTC pair. So Satoshi pairs may drop. I mean, I'm not going to say this low, but there's always a possibility that the BTC, the Satoshi pairs, could come down and test this region here, where we did wick up before that next move on. So don't be surprised if altcoins in terms of Satoshi pairs take a bit of a nosedive short term before we do then push on. So that's going to do it. Knock it, Mike. That's going to do it for today's video. Just some price analysis there. on DAG in both USDT and the BTC pairings. Nothing in depth, just some areas where we could invest, because ultimately we want to buy low and sell high, don't we? So that's what we mainly concentrate on in this channel. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.